is the legendary High Pitch Erik, the mayor on the mighty Codebase Radio.
Yeah, what's up? It is High Pitch on another Thursday night, coming to you from New York City. And on my other side is Andrew Karluk. What's up, Andrew?
Not much. It's good you could get the night off for the show tonight because I know the Yankees are playing tonight, and I'm actually watching it right now.
It's right now, it's bottom of the second, no score.
Yes.
Andy Pettit is pitching.
Now, let me ask you something. Do you think Andy Pettit is a Hall of Famer?
Do I think Andy Pettit's a Hall of Famer? In my opinion, yes, I do.
See, I don't think he's quite there because he's got... But generally speaking, for a pitcher, the benchmark for Hall of Fame is 300 wins. He's a little bit shy of that right now.
Even though he's a little shy of it, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I'll tell you where Andy Pettit really earned a lot of respect was when I think I might have said this before, was when the whole thing with Roger Clemens went down with the with steroids when they both got caught, and Roger Clemens was denying it, and they were being looked at the same, but Andy Pettit got in front of it and said, "Yeah, I did it. I was rehabbing from an injury," and he apologized, and now you don't even really think about it when you think of Andy Pettit, which I think the whole steroid thing is a bunch of bullshit to begin with. But that's another story for another time. But that's the play right there. Get out in front of it, and essentially all is forgiven with him.
Okay, knowing me, I work for the Yankees. I work at Yankee Stadium. Oh, by the way, the call-in number is 443-687-8456. If you want to talk to me about the Yankees. And of course, I know Matt's gonna call and give me fucking hell. You know he is.
He's gonna say, Kevin Youkilis is a bum. He never did anything.
Okay, I'll tell you what happened. I was working Monday at the stadium, and the Yankees were down what was it, 4-0, 5-0. Come on, the fans leave early because they're down 5-6-0, and the same thing happened yesterday. But these are supposed to be real fans. And you know why they're losing so many games, Andrew? They're 0-2. You know why?
Because all their players are on the injured list?
Yes. And guess who got hurt last night?
Who's that?
Kuroda got hurt last night, the Japanese pitcher. Come on, how many people are gonna get hurt this year for the Yankees?
Welcome to the life of being a Cub fan, my friend.
When are we gonna see Mariano Rivera pitch a game and save a game for us?
They have to be ahead in the game first.
Yeah, well, something that's true. It's still early in the season. It's still bottom of the second. How many outs are there? There are one out, a runner on first. Hold on. Andrew, you still there? Hello?
What's happening?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, it's Matt from Boston.
I'm just so happy. The day before, I dragged my wife into Olympia, and all they had were Derek Jeter shirts, which I wouldn't mind wearing if I had to, but I'm just like, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. And my wife's like, it's gonna be weird seeing you like that. So, thank God.
You probably would like it, and then all of a sudden you become a Yankee fan.
Not with this team.
Okay, we're on baseball, and I was watching a couple of games on the MLB Network, and I have final scores for you. Andrew, your Cubs won 3-2 over the Pirates.
Yeah, but then they lost yesterday. They're on pace to go 81 and 81.
What else
And
is
Vicky's Orioles topped the Rays 6-3. Nationals over the Marlins 6-1. Athletics over the Mariners 8-2. Royals over the White Sox 3-1. Padres beat the Mets 2-1. Twins over Tigers 8-2. And tonight you got the Red Sox Yankees, Indians Blue Jays, Phillies Braves. Tomorrow Yankees open up in Detroit for opening day.
What do we got for a score, Eric, right now?
It's
Right
0-0.
now,
Okay.
shut those fucking dogs up.
Maybe you should let the dogs out.
All right, 2 outs, runner at first, bottom of the second. Okay, so Matt, let's talk about your Red Sox, okay?
Well, I'll say so far so good. Lester and Buchholz, I mean, I guess they were facing pretty subpar Yankee teams, but starting pitching's not been a problem thus far.
Yeah, well, we had another injury last night, which is not good for us.
Yeah, they're falling apart at the seams.
Okay, by
Pretty soon
the
they'll look
fifth
like a team in
inning,
Major League.
Charlie Sheen
By the
pitching
f-
for them.
by the fifth inning, I guarantee you the Yankees will be down again, 5-0.
Really?
It's only a couple innings in, but I'll tell you, Matt Dempster's looking really good tonight.
Ryan Dempster?
At least until that ground rule double that just happened.
Isn't his name Ryan
And by
Dempster?
the way,
Isn't that what I said?
I think you said Matt Dempster.
Did I?
Like-
Maybe I don't know.
Like, wow, this guy was on the Cubs, I thought.
by the way, Blue Jays are up 3-1, top of the third.
Watch out for them
Now-
this year.
Okay, Matt, I gotta tell you something. Andrew, I don't know if you'll agree with me. But you know what the best pickup was for the Boston Red Sox? Shane Victorino.
Yeah, you said that last week. I think they overpaid for him. I mean, he's been done good so far, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens when
I mean,
they
who-
play teams like Detroit and I don't know, whoever in the West, the Angels, and play teams like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to beat up on the weaker pitching, which, I mean, was he a 270 career hitter?
Okay, now 2 outs, runners on second and third. Bottom of the second, Yankees Red Sox.
Nice.
Okay, now, Andrew, you wanted to touch on the subject tonight. The college basketball coach.
Yeah, this is the continued pussification of America. Because, Matt, you know the story, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah, so...
What's his name? Wait, what's his name? Mike Rice?
Something like that.
Artie had him on his show, or someone involved in that the other night.
Dude, I saw the video. I saw the video on the news this morning. That is so fucked up with what he did. I would kick his fucking ass if I saw him in person.
But it's no different than any coach that anyone really had growing up. It's no worse than someone saying, "Oh, you throw like a girl." It's like, that's what I do. That's what you do to fucking motivate people. Is it's like, oh, what are you, some kind of homo? Like, I expected Gilbert Gottfried clips to be played there. But, like, it's just fucking... Everyone is, like, all up on that, but it's, you know... They got... There was times that got results, so, you know, how can you say it's wrong? I mean, like, how long did Bobby Knight have his job? And I'm sure he said things way worse than that.
On tape, God only knows what else was said that we didn't hear.
It's not like he hit any of those players, like we know for a fact Bobby Knight did. Mike Ditka, as the head coach of the Chicago Bears, punched the tight end on the sideline, and you know what? They won the Super Bowl that year.
You're right
By
about
the way, Matt, I'm sorry to break in. The Yankees are up 2-0.
What happened? I got Dempster on my fantasy team, so I really don't want him giving up runs.
Well, he gave up 2 runs. Sorry, pal.
Ugh.
But now they're showing a peanut vendor, so all is right.
Great.
But yeah, and it's just like everyone's all up in arms for this, and I don't fucking get it. It's it gets results, and everyone now is such a bunch of fucking pussies that like that everyone claims emotional abuse and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like I have a 3-year-old, and I want to coach. I want to coach Little League. Like, I was so thrilled to have a boy, but all I hear about is that that until you're like 10 years old, all the leagues they don't keep score. I'm like, I think I learned something from crying when I lost a t-ball game. Like,
And
that's
when
a
they
pussification thing.
And when they do, everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. What does that teach you? Come
You're
on.
you're like, what? I don't get a participatory trophy?
Yeah.
It's like,
Wow,
how about you
really?
fucking get out and run around, and that's what you get for participating? Fucking panty waste.
Yeah, you gotta learn to lose. I've mastered the art of losing throughout my life, and everyone else needs to learn this.
But what will happen too is that helps people in the long run too. Is that way when you grow up, if you have like a real ball buster of a boss, and you fuck something up, and if a boss is like, what's the matter with you? You know better than this. People start fucking crying and shit like that because they've never had to deal with anything like that in their life. And I feel the same way about like everyone, like the whole thing now is like the anti-bullying thing. And I'll tell you, me having bullies growing up made me as tough mentally as I am. If I grew up today, when I was the 35-year-old version of me, and 30 years now, I'd be such a fucking panty waste. But now I'm actually able to handle myself in situations like that. I fear for this generation.
Me too.
Okay, now talk about college basketball. It's the Final Four this weekend. You got Syracuse playing this weekend. Louisville. What are the other 2 teams that are playing?
Michigan, right?
Michigan. Michigan's great. And who else is playing?
I don't
Hold on,
even
let
know.
me check.
Did you say Louisville?
Yeah, in Syracuse.
Michigan's playing
Okay,
Syracuse. That'll be a good.
it's Wichita State, Louisville,
Oh, right.
and then Syracuse and Michigan at 8:49 p.m. Saturday night. And then I would like to see Syracuse and Louisville play against each other on, I believe that would be on Tuesday.
Why Louisville versus Wichita State? Does the Cinderella story, is that not that? Do you not want to see that?
I mean, he likes
No,
Rick
I mean-
Pitino.
No, because Syracuse and if Syracuse plays Louisville on Tuesday, okay, that's the title for the Big East.
But you're a Syracuse fan, right?
I sure am.
Don't you think they'd have an easier time with Wichita State than Louisville? Well, then again, Louisville's missing one of their best players, so.
Right, dude. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? What happened with that injury?
I'm going to catch shit for what I'm about to say, but one of the main reasons that I watch sports, because it's not as competitive now as it was when I was a kid, is I want to see injuries. That entertains me.
Not that kind, though.
Dude, I'm telling you, YouTube's Sid Vicious leg injury. This is a wrestling injury, but it's the fucking craziest thing in the world. I literally watched this like 40 times straight when it made it to YouTube.
I saw it twice, and that was enough. Like, that's like the Joe Theismann thing. I hate
It's
that.
equally as great.
That's in my head forever. I don't want that there.
The best thing about that, the Joe Theismann injury, is that it's done by a fucking coked up Lawrence Taylor, and the injury got him like sober like immediately.
Yeah, that is great. Ugh, I could vomit thinking of it right now. I can't take stuff like that with bones. I saw one of my friends get hit by a three-wheeler when I was like 15, and I saw his bones poking out of his leg. It was you would have loved it. Scarred for life because of it.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I love injuries. I love watching them. I love seeing. But also a part of that is how they come back, and if they come back. Like they're saying, this kid will be back. But it'll take like a year. The Sid Vicious one I was talking about, his leg literally came apart at the knee, and it was hanging by like.
I saw that. I don't even want to talk about that.
But my point is that he about 2 years later he was back in full force. So it's like you really do kind of see someone's work ethic when it comes to recovering from something like that.
Okay, now, by the way, Matt, what's his name? Iglesias on the Red Sox just hit into a double play.
Oh, great.
Wah.
Supposed to be
And
fast.
Jacoby Ellsbury's up right now.
I named my son after him, kinda.
Oh, really?
I always wanted the name Jacob, but that became so popular, and so it's like the number 2 boy's name, so I decided to name him Jacoby, and it was kind of after Ellsbury.
Yeah, you know who? Okay, I'm gonna quiz you right now. You're a Red Sox fan, right?
Yep, bring it.
Who has the highest batting average right now in the Red Sox?
Oh God, right now,
Come on, you're a Red Sox fan. You're a Red Sox fan.
Ellsbury
Wrong.
or Pedroia?
Wrong.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens. I'm drawing a blank here. Victorino, maybe.
Let me know. Wrong.
Saltalamacchia?
Iglesias, .5. He's batting 500.
I almost asked, is there a minimum at bat for this? But there's been 2 games, so.
Followed by Shane Victorino and Johnny Gomes.
Johnny Gomes, I'm like the only one that's not thrilled about that pickup. Like, I mean, what's the most home runs Johnny Gomes has ever had? I never looked that up, but I bet it was no more than 24, would be my guess.
And I'll tell you, Dustin Pedroia is a great player. I love him.
Yeah, you know what, though? I'd rather have Robinson Cano. I love Pedroia, but I think Cano is gonna be like maybe in the 3 best in baseball. At the end of this year, you'll say that for sure about him, I think.
And right now, Kevin Youkilis is 0 for 1 as of right now tonight.
If you look back on history, there's only really like 3 second basemen you think of as those are the best ever, and that's Rogers Hornsby, Joe Morgan, and Ryan Sandberg.
I was gonna say Robbie Alomar, but I guess you wouldn't consider him.
Okay, here's a couple of scores right now. The Yankees still lead 2-0. Blue Jays lead 3-2. And the Phillies now lead 2-0.
Did you guys see that Yu Darvish bring that perfect game to 8 2/3? Oh my God!
On opening day, that would have been perfect.
Oh, I remember hearing about that in the 5th inning and being like, why did they even mention it this early? And it got that far. I saw it live. That sucks.
Yeah, they'll do that. They'll do it out. Sometimes I saw one where they did it after 1 inning, but it's like,
Really?
how
After
often
1
is
inning?
that? It was like the announcer or something. It wasn't like ESPN announcing that or anything, but it was like the guy calling the game saying he's got a no hitter through 1. I don't know if he was trying to be funny, but if he was, he failed miserably.
Yeah, I went to a game. Kurt Schilling had one going into the 9th and blew it. And then I was at Derek Lowe's no-hitter in 2004 and left in the 6th inning. God damn it.
You know, Eric and I were talking earlier. What's with why did the fans leave the game so early? But it's like, me, it's like if I pay all that money for a ticket, even if they lose, I'm fucking going. I'm staying and getting it.
I was a bit of a shithead in my 20s. Like I'd go to a Red Sox game, and it'd be more about partying after around the park. So that Derek Lowe one was a Saturday afternoon game. Like if I go now, I'm staying like every single pitch. But that was a Saturday afternoon game, and we wanted to go to the Cask and Flagon, so we left in the 6th inning and saw the friggin'.
By the way,
no
by the way, breaking news, Matt. I'm sorry to say, Dempsey just gave up a home run to Brett Gardner.
Shit, to Brent Gardner of all people.
Yeah,
3-0 Yankees. Let's go! Yeah.
And Wrigley's the same way. There's like 3 or 4 bars within a couple blocks of the stadium, so that's sort of like the thing to do after the game is just go hopping between them. And I was there visiting for a game in 2003, and it was actually we were going to the Sunday game, but on Saturday we just went up to the area and started just drinking and bullshit, right? And so I was meeting my cousin later that day, and my cousin's like a really religious person, like alcohol is the devil, like that kind of shit. So, but like we walk out of the Cubby Bear, and we're like completely fucking trashed, and we're like, "Fuck, man, we gotta see my cousin." I don't want to say his name. I don't know if he wants me to say it. We gotta go see my cousin. And it's like, the place is 3 miles from here. Let's just fucking walk it. And so luckily when we did, we were sober-ish enough to maintain.
Oh, no kidding.
Ryan Dempsey just walked Robinson Cano.
Yeah, wasn't one of you guys just saying Ryan Dempster's going to be a great pickup?
I said he was looking good through 2 innings.
Oh, yeah. I think he'll be good down the stretch once Lackey's put on the shelf, but I don't know.
I mean, he's a 16-year veteran who's had Tommy John surgery. You can't really expect a whole lot out of him.
No, and I'd be complaining if they went out and spent a ton on who am I thinking of? Greinke. They were going after Greinke, and I got nervous they were going to get him at $16 million, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just
Greinke had that one good streak, and that was really it. Like,
and he's been hurt.
But it's like maintained because I think he won like 15 games in a row like 6 years ago.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Well, and now Kevin Youkilis is up at the bat. Is up right now. But you want to know what happened yesterday? Okay, the Yankees picked up Travis Hafner, and he used to play for the Tigers. And Travis Hafner hit a home run yesterday. And Travis Hafner is a great player, you know. Don't get me wrong. And like he's not a rookie. You know what I mean? He's a major league player, not a rookie. Now, if he hit a home run yesterday, they got him from Detroit.
Right.
Or I think they got him from Cleveland.
I thought you were right. I thought he went from Cleveland to Detroit. I think they got him for like pinch hit late in the game for like, if they need one run. Like he'll hit 150, but he'll have maybe 19 home runs.
That's why I got Lyle Overbay.
Well, Lyle Overbay is a great player too. Don't get me wrong, but Hafner hit a home run yesterday. And security ran to the ball where it was hit, and they took the ball away from the fan that caught the ball.
Why?
Because it was his first home run as a Yankee in Yankee Stadium. He's not a rookie.
Yeah. Maybe
that
was his request or something. That's weird.
It is, right? I mean, if it's a rookie, fine. Get the ball for the rookie. But Hafner's a major league player. You know what I mean?
In the Yankee Stadium, when it comes to the length to the wall in right field and somewhat left field, it's a fucking joke because it's not that much further than a little league park.
Yeah, it's weird how short it is.
Let's see, who's up? Travis Hafner's up, followed by Vernon Wells. Vernon Wells is a bust this year. I don't like that pickup.
Yeah, he's over the hill. I think he's a good fill-in though to have. Vernon Wells, one of the best outfielders in baseball a few years back.
Yeah, okay, Matt, here's a question. You know what teams he played for?
The Blue Jays, the Angels.
And now the Yankees.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to hate him when he was on the Blue Jays. He used to kill the Red Sox.
Hey, well, he used to kill the Yankees too.
And when he was at his best, he signed like a long-term deal when he was starting. So he was barely making any money to do that too.
Yeah.
I say barely making any money, but it's like 30 times what I make.
Yeah, the league minimum is still like 450,000.
Yeah.
You could date Jenny McCarthy for that.
Almost.
Let me see. Still 3-0. Bottom of the third.
What do you think about
Just so you
the
know.
Yankees? What do you think about the Yankees letting go of Rafael Soriano? You think Mariano Rivera's got it in him for a whole season?
Dude, when are we gonna see Mariano? He hasn't pitched yet this season.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he won't have a save before the block party.
Well, listen. After tonight's game, I'm gonna chill out tomorrow with a couple of Gatorade to watch the Yankees play the Tigers on opening day in Detroit.
Who's pitching for the
And
Tigers?
Tomorrow it has to be. I'll tell you right now. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll tell you right now. Tomorrow is supposed to be Ivan Nova versus Doug Fister. Fister is tough on the Yankees.
Fister.
Yeah. Yeah, Fister fisted the Red Sox last year, one game.
You know who's pitching? Actually, I'm looking at your Red Sox schedule. Tomorrow night they play the Blue Jays.
Was Lackey pitching?
No, Dubron's pitching.
Oh, right. Yeah, Lackey's the fifth starter. That's right.
And Andrew, you're a Cubs fan. They're playing tomorrow night, and Feldman is pitching for the Cubs.
It's gonna be ugly.
Let's see, the Marlins are playing the Mets tomorrow. I don't like that matchup. The Mets lost today, which I'm happy about. I know Vicky is an Orioles fan. Let's see. They're playing the Twins tomorrow. I think the Orioles have a good shot against the Twins. I love the Orioles.
The Twins' new field, by the way, is gorgeous. Target Field.
Yeah, I saw that last year on TV. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I have an uncle that lives like 2 minutes from there. The Metrodome was kind of cool, but that field is gorgeous.
Dee is on the line,
the-
and I'm hearing a little bit of an echo, so you might want to
Okay.
bring Dee on to do the news now and have her turn her radio down.
All right.
All right, Matt.
Enjoy the
thank
news.
you for calling, Andrew. Thank you, and we'll listen to you at 8:30 on Star Nation with Stephanie.
All right.
Go
talk to
Reds.
you guys later.
Go Red Sox.
All right, later, Matt.
See you, Eric.
All right, guys, hold on 1 second. I'll play a quick break. Coming up, D is next with the news.
Hi, this is James Allen from the 80s Rewind Show, and when I'm not wearing my white linen suit, sockless loafers and Ray-Bans, or sipping on pina coladas, I like to listen to High Pitch Erik on Codebase Radio.
You're doing really well, Eric.
Well, thank you. And thank you, James Allen. I love you so much. And D, are you there?
I'm here.
What's up? It's another week. Brand new week and a brand new show. as always.
Absolutely. You must be happy
And,
this week because you have baseball and college basketball all at once.
I know. Tell me about it.
I was really excited to hear about the Pussification of America myself.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed hearing Andrew talk about that tonight.
Yes, we did talk about that tonight.
He did.
Okay, so
I liked that term.
People want to know what's happening in the news, and a lot of stuff.
And there's definitely news happening. I will tell you that, America. News is happening as we speak.
And a lot of people want to know what's happening in the news after we get off the air on Thursday nights. People have to wait a week to find out what's going on in the news. So, Dee, it's your time to shine.
Do-do-do-do. That's my intro music. I made it up. Well, as many of us Howard Stern fans know already, there's a big shakeup on late night television happening as Jay Leno is out and Jimmy Fallon is in.
All right, yeah! I'm happy about that. Fuck Jay Leno.
I'm happy about... Fuck him, that's right. All us Howard Stern fans... All us Howard Stern fan knows who the real innovator is. Jay Leno can't come up with a bit to save his life. In fact,
when does this all take place?
Well, let me tell you a little bit first. I'm gonna say Leno's style is more like a Las Vegas cabaret style, and that kind of style of comedy is very out. Who wants to watch that? Jimmy Fallon is so innovative. He uses internet clips as well as on the street things and social media, and he's a lot more contemporary than Jay Leno could ever even dream of being. And spring 2014, it will be the end of Jay Leno's contract, and that's when he's going to wrap up a 22-year run as host of The Tonight Show. At
so
that point,
we have to wait another fucking year?
Yeah, but I mean, you know how quick a year goes, Eric. It's not that long, really. Just think, a year ago now, Andrew and Stephanie were just about to start their podcast. Can you believe they've been doing it a year already?
I can't
It's gone
believe it.
Time's going, time keeps on slipping into the future.
Right, and they are doing a great job. Congratulations.
Well, in spring 2014, Jimmy Fallon will move into the Tonight Show spot, leaving the gig that he is doing right now at 12:35, I believe, open. So maybe our own Howard Stern, he's rumored to be that new late night host in that slot. And so also something exciting for us New Yorkers on the East Coast is that the Tonight Show will be moving back to New York.
Yes, it was in the New York Post. But let's say that for Stern Nation.
Stern Nation's doing this story?
It's a Howard Stern thing.
Okay, well, let me just finish some of the things I was going to bring up. Not Howard Stern related. Okay. Well, Governor Cuomo is thrilled that The Tonight Show is moving to New York. And it's been since 1954. It started there in New York. And now New York's native son and resident Jimmy Fallon is going to take over the spot. So that means a lot more chances to get Howard Stern as a guest, perhaps, and for us to attend some tapings as a group.
I can't wait till this year. It's going to be amazing.
You know Jimmy Fallon. Well, you've met him, didn't you?
I met him. Yeah, he talks to me every time he sees me.
Yeah, because you went last year, right? What did you go for?
I went last year with Stephanie.
That's right, when Howard was on, right? And he even came up to you and said hello, and he knew who you were.
Right. And Jimmy Fallon gave Stephanie a hug.
He did?
Yes.
I wonder if she's washed since then. Because, if Jimmy Fallon touched...
Yeah, can we get Stephanie on the line? I want to ask her.
Well, let's write this down so, like, in case she's busy now, we can, like, go back to this and remember.
Hey, Vicky, can you try to get Stephanie on the phone so we can ask her how it felt to get hunged by Jimmy Fallon?
I can try. Let me, I don't see her on Skype.
Well, I'll keep going. If Stephanie pops up, patch her in. Now,
Okay,
I got
what
another.
else is happening?
There's something else kind of creepy happening down in South Jersey. There's a New Jersey man who was charged in the murder of a teen from the 1990s. So pretty much this man's... Huh?
What did this guy do?
Well, his name is Stephen Goff, and he turned himself in for a murder that was committed all the way back on May 7th, 1990. The person that he had killed was Frederick Hart. Both were 18 at the time, and he stabbed him multiple times with a knife in the woods behind the club's condominiums in Galloway Township back, like I said, in 1990. Goff was 18 at the time of the murder, now faces 1 count of murder and 1 count of possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose. And about a year later, so 1991, the remains of Hart were found, but they still had no idea who had done this crime. Stephen Goff must have been so riddled with guilt that's what made him turn himself in. According to his best friend, Alan Rickle, he couldn't deal with the guilt anymore. He told him after surrendering, he had nightmares to which the slain boy's mother was staring at him. Goff took some time to call his friend Alan over the weekend, and he told him that he was going to flee to Canada, but decided to do the right thing, and he turned himself in and admitted that he had done something terrible in the past.
Good, I'm happy.
Yeah,
that's one less fucking asshole we have to deal with on the street.
There is. And do you have it, like, in his neighbors? So you know, like, usually when something like this happens, the first people they go to are the neighbors. The neighbors of this guy said that he was creepy and that they really were not too surprised by this at all. Anyone who knows him would know that he gets very angry and he would scream and holler, according to one of his neighbors. So I guess he's getting so angry you could hear him through the apartments. Goff is currently living in a basement of a home on Hillside Avenue before he moved to another basement on Hillside Avenue due to Hurricane Sandy. Also, Goff had done some time in prison before this. He went to jail on an unrelated charge on a conspiracy to burglarize not too long after the murder. So he's been keeping this in his head for a long time.
Right.
Do you know, like, any of your neighbors? Do you think any of your neighbors would kill somebody?
No. Thank God I don't.
Yeah. Because, like, you never know. Like, is there anyone who kind of, like, in your building, though, like, if someone was, like, a news reporter came up to you and, like, say Chris Raggy was doing a story and he was like, Eric, so-and-so who lives in your building committed this crime. Is there anyone who you think, like, would commit a crime in your building? Like, what kind of crime?
What kind of crime?
Yeah, like, what kind of crimes do you think people would be up to in your building? Like, do you think anyone, like, steals women's underwear or...
Oh, that's hard to say, because that really doesn't happen in my building.
Yeah, you live in a good part of town.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's always the people who you always suspect that would kill someone. Those people are the people who do kill. So if you see something, say something. But really, what can you say if someone hasn't done anything yet?
Exactly.
Now this story, Eric...
Don't call 911 if it's not an emergency.
No, 411, right? No, that's information. 311.
311, yes.
Don't call 411 either if someone is weird, because that's not going to get you anywhere either. I hate to say. Now I've got this story out of my area, Princeton, New Jersey. There's a woman who graduated from Princeton. Her name is Susan Patton. And she wrote a letter to the editor of the Daily Princetonian. And and she is a 1977 Princeton alumna. And in her letter, she states to the young girls who are attending the college that she says they should find their husbands on campus before they graduate. She says that men regularly marry women who are younger, less intelligent, and less educated. But she also argues that Princeton women should marry a man who is their intellectual equal. Simply put, there's a very limited population of men who are as smart or smarter than we are. She goes on to argue that the supply of such men are dwindling as Princeton women get older. She advises the young women to look for a husband now because you will never again have the concentration of men who are worthy of you. Now, these girls were taking to this kind of weird, the Princeton students, because at this time, who, as a young college girl, is thinking about marriage? That's pretty much the last thing on any girl's mind. I'm 27, and it's the furthest thing from my mind. Women aren't...
Now, here's a question for you, Dave. Now, you went to college, right?
I did. University of Hartford.
Okay, now, when you went to college, were you ever thinking about marriage in college?
Well, my first half of college, I was single. And then the last half of my college, I was in a relationship, a long-distance relationship. And things were... I mean, at that point in time, I thought I was in love. And I would have done anything. I mean, I wasn't planning to get married right away. But I had thought I had found someone, by no means worthy my intellectual equal or anything, like Susan Patton suggests, but I loved him at the time. But now I learned better. I graduated and I got smart, and now I'm single. So, ladies, take that advice. Don't marry right away.
Good. That's good advice.
Thanks. Stay single. Do your own thing. Get to know who you are before you can be dependent on someone else. I mean, I'm 27. I'm still trying to figure out who the hell I am.
Hey, I'm 41. I'll be 42 in a few weeks, so... Single.
You know who you are?
I know who I am. I'm the mayor.
Yeah. I'm still figuring myself out. Maybe soon I'll have a title.
I think you have a title.
What is it?
The princess.
Oh, I like that, but I think Stephanie might take... She likes...
Whoa, hold on. Marianne's the queen. Stephanie's the princess.
Yeah.
And you're the first lady. You're the first lady.
All right. I'll be the first lady of the news.
Okay.
I'm better at the news than Robin Quivers. Oh, I like it. Erik, out in California, 2 hikers went missing.
Where did they go?
Well, there were Nicholas and Kendall, both 19 and 18, from Costa Mesa, California, decided on Easter to go for a hike out in Cleveland National Park in South California. About 750 people. Well, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. So the 2 hikers were out walking, and then they got lost. They got off the wrong path. They couldn't find where they were. So they decided to call 911. Unfortunately, neither of their phones had enough battery left on it to keep the calls connected. So their cell phones died and they remained missing. So that Easter was on a Sunday. And now Monday, as of Monday, they were still searching. People say that where they are right now, that the conditions are fairly mild and even survivable, even when the temperatures continue to drop. Now, on Tuesday, a hiker reported that he saw Nicholas possibly in the woods walking around, and they did in fact spot him. He was taken to a hospital and he was in serious condition. But however, Kendall Jack is still missing.
Oh, really? I hope they find him.
Yeah. They had to forage on the land to survive. What would you do if you were lost in the woods? I don't think I have no survival skills. None.
If I was lost out there, first thing I would do is find some kind of shelter and find a store for food.
But there's no stores in the middle of the woods.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Yes.
I got Miss Stephanie on to tell you what it's like to hug Jimmy.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hey, Stephanie, what's up, baby?
Hey, baby, what's going on?
Okay, so
welcome to our show. Wait, this is a first. We always call into her show. She's never called us before.
I've called, but the last time I called, you actually couldn't connect or something.
Oh, well, this is going to be the first time.
Last year
I did a news story about Jimmy Fallon and how he's taking over for Jay Leno over here in New York. And then I had remembered that you and Eric had gone to the Jimmy Fallon show.
We sure did, just to see Howard.
Well, obviously,
yes,
but Jimmy Fallon recognized Eric.
He did. Oh, well, Jimmy Fallon loves Eric. He loves him. Big fan. So the whole time he was kind of like glancing over, and he definitely spotted Eric in the crowd before he had even done the crowd run through at the end. And then once he made his way to Eric, who was sitting right in the aisle, he stopped. He talked to him for a few minutes. Eric said, "Will you hug my friend Stephanie?" He gave me a big hug. He was so nice. And
well,
then,
I asked, did you shower afterwards?
I haven't showered since.
I didn't think so. Last time I was with you, it was a little rank. I didn't want to say anything, but now I understand.
You understand.
I get it now. I totally get it.
I've had a crush on Jimmy Fallon for, like, ever.
It's understandable. He's funny and good-looking, much like my co-host here, Eric.
It's true.
Right, now, you know something? I was talking to Stephanie, and Stephanie, we are starting up next week for a new season of AGT.
We sure are, which means a whole lot of new video content, and we'll have so much bonus shit to give you guys.
Thank goodness.
Stephanie and I are going Wednesday.
We sure are.
Cool.
And we're invited Vicky to the afternoon show with us.
That's true.
I hope she can go. That might be a long trip.
Yeah, long trip.
Stephanie, you want to stay for the rest of the news?
I actually have to go and do some show prep. Andrew was expecting a call about 5 minutes ago, but I wanted to call in and say hi and talk a little Jimmy Fallon because he's a little cutie patootie.
Well, thank you for telling us about your hug.
Well, anytime.
That was a High Pitch Erik show exclusive.
We love Stephanie so much.
I love you guys.
We do, and we also have to say we love Andrew too, because we can't mention one without the other. And I'm really into his term that he mentioned tonight earlier in the show, the Pussification of America. I'm stuck on that.
You like it?
Please pass that on if he's not listening. All right, Stephanie.
Hey,
I'm
Stephanie,
going to talk about a Facebook phone now.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephanie, I'll email you those contacts later on.
All right, bud.
All right.
Later. Have a good show.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Now, Dee, what were you saying? What were you saying about a Facebook phone?
So there's going to be a new cell phone that's basically modeled. That's an HT smartphone running a special Facebook-centric version of Android. It's the next logical step for the social media company. They've been working very hard to increase their mobile presence and make money off its mobile advertising. I know personally, I have an iPhone, and I'm always using the Facebook app on my phone. I'm never on it on a computer. I'm used to using it through my phone.
I use it on my phone and my iPad.
Yeah, exactly. And do you use the Facebook app, or do you go to the Facebook website?
Facebook app.
The app is great, especially I like the Messenger. I actually need to re-download that. So I'm going to put that on my to-do list. But Mark Zuckerberg, he was denying for years that they were working on this phone. But the specs, now that the denial is over, The device is expected to be an HTC 4.3-inch smartphone called the HTC First that bears a resemblance to an iPhone. It's going to come in multiple colors and packs in the usual mid-range specs to a moderate price. And if it could be priced low enough, the Facebook-centric phone could be appealing to Facebook fans in developing countries where using Facebook is popular and smartphone sales are still rising. So people out in bumblefuck Korea now can get an iPhone, or not an iPhone,
Wow.
but a Facebook cell phone. And
that would be great. I might have to invest in one of those.
Really? Maybe
Yes.
like you can get one since you're like a press member. Get one to try it out and discuss on the show.
I might have to.
This is the third major product announcement from Facebook in recent months, including the new graph search, which I have not seen yet, an advanced search tool, and the redesigned newsfeed that looks more like its Noble app. So that's the Facebook phone. Remember the Carnival cruise ship?
When does that come out?
They didn't have a date yet. It's still
Okay.
in the works. They're finally not denying it anymore.
Okay, what else is happening?
The Carnival Triumph. Do you remember that cruise ship that had that cruise from hell last month or 2 months ago, when the food became scarce and the cruise goers got sweating with the heat, no air conditioning, and the toilets were overflowing, and there was shit and pee running down the walls and in parts of the ship? And do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Lost power in the middle of the ocean. Well, this ship seems to have an evil curse put on it because it broke free from the dock recently. There was high winds. It exceeded 70 miles per hour, and the ship was drifting in the port, and now it has tugboats in place to keep it from drifting farther into sea. And a man who works over there on the Coast Guard, he sits in a little, like, I guess a shack would be the best way to describe it. And the wind was so, blowing so hard, he fell. Well, not even fall. The building fell into the water, and this guy is missing now. So this
really?
ship is a mess. And apparently this Carnival cruise line, 4 of the 23 ships have been having problems in the recent months. So
Wow.
I like cruising. I don't know that Carnival is the cruise line for me or anybody, though. It's kind of scary because, like, you're in the middle of the ocean. You're pretty much just there. If anything went wrong, like, what would you do? You'd have to do, like, a Titanic cruise.
Right, but you know something? I don't think I would ever go on a cruise ship.
Never.
No.
I like it. We, over here at the Z household, love a cruise. It's fun.
Well,
Cruises are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I never went on a cruise, but
No,
I hear they're a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun, but Carnival Cruise Line may not be the line of choice for your next cruise. And it would be really easy for you, Eric. There's cruises that leave right out of New York City.
Where else can you get drunk and lay out in the sun on your way to different locations? You don't have to drive or worry about getting there. I love it.
It's absolutely true. And there's always food. There's always something to do.
Royal Caribbean is the one we like.
We're a Norwegian family here. We're going on their new ship, the Breakaway, in June. We can't wait.
Where?
Lucky.
We're going to Bermuda. We go there every summer. It's like our new spot.
And then aren't you going to London this summer too?
Yeah, in August we're going to London.
Very, very nice.
I know. I'm going to have to find someone to take over for me for those weeks I'm away. I have to find
do it
someone
for
to
you.
be your... You'll do the news for me?
No, I'm not going to do it. Maybe Vicky can do it.
Well, we'll find someone. We'll
Maybe I can do it, or
We'll find someone. We have time. But I've got a story about a guy over in New Jersey, northern Jersey. He threatened to harm 2 workers there and damage an apartment building after he received a parking ticket. And now, after he received the parking ticket, he now also faces drug charges. And he's still in jail, and he has a $66,000 bail. And it's not known at this time if he retained a lawyer. This man is 35. His last name is Wiener, Greg Wiener.
Hey, how big is his wiener?
I'd like to see it, though.
Hey, how big is his wiener?
I don't know. I'd like to see. He seems like my kind of guy. He's like a badass. He's getting arrested. He's threatening to cause property damage. Yep, definitely seems like my type.
Okay.
Authorities came to arrest him after he got angry about the parking ticket, where they found the various drugs in his home. So he's kind of shit out of luck right now. And all because of getting angry over a parking ticket. So sometimes you just got to take your tickets, pay them, and shut up. Entertainment news. Lindsay Lohan has a best friend, a BFF, who is a hotel owner named Vikram Chatwal, and they've been close friends since 2001. Well, he's in the news because he was arrested in Florida after he tried to get on an airplane with, listen to this, cocaine, weed, heroin, and various prescription pills. He kept them in his crotch and also in his bag, and he was busted on April 2nd, so that was 2 days ago, at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Cops say he was booked on one count of trafficking due to the 6 grams of heroin, 7 counts of possession, including cocaine, buprenorphine, an opioid, clozapam, a sedative, alprazolam, which is like a Xanax, lorazepam, muscle relaxants, and ketamine, a horse tranquilizer, also weed. So in the future, do not bring your drugs on the plane. But this just shows if he's Lindsay Lohan's BFF, the kind of people she is spending her time with. So maybe she's not.
I have a public service message announcement.
For Lindsay?
Well, for anyone that wants to be friends with Lindsay Lohan, change your mind, because you will be arrested if you're friends with her.
That's true. Or...
Oh, Dee, you know something? Look, I know it's almost 8:30, and I want to say something. Okay, recently...
Obviously, that's not a fact that you'll be arrested. There seems to be a high chance of it, but we don't want to just state that it's a fact.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Okay, so Dee, I want to... Okay, we just had a friend that passed away recently, Drew Miller.
Yes.
And the other day was his birthday.
Yes, it was.
And, I just want to wish him a happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday in heaven, Drew Miller.
And we will all miss him, and I wanted to get that out before we went off the air.
It seems like we have a birthday every week. We don't have to sing to a dead guy, do we?
No.
No, yeah. Let's not sing to the dead, just the living.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't want to sing.
I hope it's getting about time to wrap it up.
All right, well, I just want to also say that Heidi Klum rescued her family in the ocean. There was a heavy surf in Oahu. She's rescued her kids and her fat nanny. So Heidi is her own lifeguard, and we will be watching her on AGT. And that is the news.
Well, Dee, thank you very much, as always.
Thank you, Eric.
You can listen to my show every Thursday right here on the CodeBaseRadio.net. Right after On Hold with Matt and Jesse. And coming up next on CodeBaseRadio.net is Stir Nation with the talented Andrew and the lovely Stephosaurus Rex. And everyone, I hope you enjoy the rest of the week. Have a good weekend.
Peace out, bitches.
I will see you next
Alrighty.
Thursday night, 7:30. Good night, people.
Good night.
Where geek and music combine. Codebase Radio. Codebase Radio, where geek and